Welcome back today, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In this exciting episode, we're diving into the top 5 most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins covering different years, conditions, and mint marks that make these quarters worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's market. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or you're a seasoned collector looking for hidden gems, this list will open your eyes to some of the most sought-after Washington quarters ever minted. Let's get started. First up, the Washington quarter dollar from 1988, especially in dirty circulated condition. While this coin might seem like an ordinary piece of change at first glance, it's become a hidden gem in the collector market, with unique appeal and surprising value in today's auction scene. With strong collector demand and a place in U.S. coin history, the 1988 Washington quarter is now making waves among serious enthusiasts. Let's begin with the history and background of this incredible coin. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the nation's first president. By 1988, the Washington quarter was well into its regular run, struck with precision by the U.S. Mint using copper-nickel-clad composition. That year marked continued stability in American coinage, but also produced some interesting coins that are now gaining collector value due to their age and surviving condition. These coins carry the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, originally designed by John Flanagan, a symbol of strength, heritage, and national pride that still resonates with Americans today. The 1988 Washington quarter standout is its combination of character and condition, especially in examples that have aged with a natural dirty or dark-toned surface while still maintaining detail. These coins, often overlooked in circulation, now attract interest because of their authentic, raw appearance. A naturally aged quarter that shows honest wear but keeps the sharp design elements such as the outline of Washington's bust, the lettering, and the eagle on the reverse carries both visual appeal and collectible value. Collectors appreciate coins that show their history, and the dirty circulated look tells a real story of use without diminishing the design's power. Now let's talk about rarity and condition. While 1988 quarters were produced in large numbers, finding examples today in fine circulated condition with original dirty tone and strong features is becoming more difficult. Many have been worn down completely, lost to damage, or simply forgotten. The surviving pieces that retain their key visual elements while developing a rich, dark patina are now being seen as vintage collectibles. As more collectors turn to coins that show authenticity and age, the 1988 quarter in this condition is gaining momentum and demand in both US and international coin markets. Looking at the current market, the 1988 Washington quarter in dirty, fine circulated condition is showing promising performance. Depending on overall appeal, surface color, detail clarity, and mint mark, with Denver D and Philadelphia P both gaining attention, this coin can sell for $225,000 and higher in specific collector circles. Quarters that exhibit natural aging but still possess detailed definition are entering auctions and private sales with increasing frequency, and they're not staying available for long. The rising demand for U.S. vintage quarters, especially those that look distinct from modern coins, is creating a powerful new niche in the collecting world. For those who already own a 1988 quarter or plan to seek one out, here are some tips to maintain and protect its value. First, never clean the coin. The dirty or toned look is actually a plus. It reflects the coin's history and gives it unique personality. Cleaning it could destroy that appeal. Handle the coin gently, preferably using gloves or by holding it at the edge to avoid fingerprints. Store it in a protective case or holder that is free of PVC, which can damage the surface over time. Coins with attractive toning and preserved detail, even in circulated form, should be considered for grading if you're aiming for resale or investment purposes. The 1988 Washington quarter in dirty circulated condition is a powerful reminder that not all treasures shine brightly. Some tell their story through the marks of time. With its historical design, growing rarity in fine condition, and increasing collector demand, this quarter is more than just change. It's a collectible with genuine value. As interest continues to rise in vintage US coins, the 1988 quarter is positioned as a smart and affordable entry point into a rising market. If you have one, protect it. If you find one, keep it. And if you're a collector searching for coins with character, this might just be your next prized piece. Next up, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar in circulated rusty condition. While it may seem like just another quarter pulled from a change jar or pocket, this coin is now attracting big attention in auctions and collector markets. With the right features and natural aging, even a 1973 quarter showing signs of rust can carry substantial value, especially when it holds strong design elements and historical significance. This is not just an old coin, it's a treasure in disguise with growing appeal in the dollar market today. The Washington quarter has been a symbol of American pride and heritage since 1932. It was originally created to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it became a permanent part of U.S. currency. The 1973 issue continues this tradition with the iconic obverse design of Washington's profile by John Flanagan, while the reverse features a powerful heraldic eagle clutching olive branches and arrows representing both peace and strength. In 1973, the quarter was struck in copper-nickel clad, making it tough and durable, yet still capable of developing unique tones and textures over time. These characteristics, especially in rusty or aged forms, have created a niche for collectors who value authentic circulated coins with personality. The unique features of a 1973 quarter in rusty circulated condition are precisely what make it desirable today. Unlike modern, polished coins, a naturally aged and slightly rusty quarter tells a story. That surface oxidation is a sign of time, circulation, and originality, a patina that no artificial process can duplicate. Coins that display such rustic charm, while still maintaining visible detail in Washington's portrait, the rim lettering, and the eagle's feathers, are now considered artistically and historically appealing. The aged look adds character, especially when the coin retains enough strength in its strike and clarity in its design elements. These features make each piece one of a kind and boost its desirability in today's collector space. When it comes to rarity and condition, coins like this one stand out for their survival in attractive circulated form. Many quarters from the early 1970s were heavily used and worn out, with most losing detail over time. Finding a 1973 quarter that still displays recognizable features despite some rust or surface aging is becoming increasingly difficult. This adds to the coin's collectability. Moreover, the demand for genuine circulated coins with natural appearance is rising among modern collectors who prefer originality over perfection. These quarters with history, even with rust, offer a raw, vintage quality that pristine coins can't match. In today's marketplace, the 1973 Washington quarter in rusty circulated condition can command impressive value. Depending on how much of the original design is visible, the depth of the detail, and the character of the patina, such coins are currently being valued anywhere from $314,000. Especially well-balanced examples, those that combine surface aging with visible artistry, are being auctioned off at competitive prices. These are coins that appeal not only to coin collectors but also to those interested in Americana and historical collectibles. As awareness grows about the hidden value in circulated coins, prices are only expected to climb. For those who own or are interested in acquiring a 1973 quarter like this, there are a few important tips for collectors. First, never clean the coin. The rust or natural tone is part of its appeal and should be preserved. Instead, store the coin in a dry, cool environment, preferably inside a non-PVC holder or capsule to prevent further exposure. When handling, use gloves or hold it by the rim to avoid adding oils or moisture that can harm the coin surface. If you are buying, look for examples with rich tone, visible features, and that special aged look that tells a story. These are the coins that not only hold their value but increase it over time. The 1973 Washington quarter dollar in circulated rusty condition is a powerful reminder that coin collecting is not just about shiny surfaces and mint marks, it's about history, beauty, and uniqueness. This coin, with its patriotic design and natural signs of aging, has carved a strong place in today's high-demand collector market. Its current value and potential for appreciation make it an excellent addition to any collection. Whether you've discovered one in your change or you're seeking it out as a smart investment, this coin proves that even the most overlooked quarters can turn out to be valuable treasures. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar from 1987, especially in circulated condition that shows signs of heavy wear and natural aging. Many people might glance at a worn coin and dismiss it as worthless, but today we're going to show you why even a 1987 quarter in what some might call bad condition can actually carry strong value in today's auction market. This is a coin with history, character, and rising demand among those who know what to look for. So if you've got an old, worn 1987 quarter in your collection or loose change jar, don't ignore it might just be worth far more than 25 cents. The Washington Quarter is one of America's most iconic and longest-running coin series. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, the design has remained a proud symbol of American heritage for generations. By 1987, this quarter had already been in circulation for over 5 decades, and it continued to feature the distinguished profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse still displayed the bold heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, a strong national emblem symbolizing peace through strength. The 1987 quarter was minted during a time of economic change in the United States, and it was struck in copper-nickel clad, giving it durability while still offering that classic luster collectors love. The 1987 quarter, truly unique, even in worn condition, is its survival through nearly 4 decades of circulation while still maintaining its identity and design features. Coins that have been passed from hand to hand, used in commerce, vending machines, and even traveled across states often pick up nicks, scratches, and surface wear, but this aging process gives each coin its own character. Collectors often search for circulated coins with honest wear, where the design may be soft but still clearly readable, and where the coin tells a visual story of its journey through time. The 1987 quarter in this naturally aged state holds great appeal, especially when it still has its date, mint mark, and outline of the design elements intact. When it comes to rarity and condition, this coin's value rises with its historical wear and age. While the 1987 quarter wasn't struck in limited numbers, the number of surviving pieces in collectible condition, even if worn, is shrinking. Many have been melted, lost, or severely damaged beyond recognition. What makes a worn 1987 quarter stand out today is not its mint luster or sharpness, but its ability to showcase originality and age in a genuine way. These coins are often sought by collectors who specialize in circulated sets or who value coins that tell a real-life story. A piece that has been through decades and still speaks of its past is far more fascinating than a coin that has never left a plastic case. In terms of market value, the 1987 Washington Quarter in well-worn circulated condition is seeing surprising interest. Depending on its visual appeal, presence of errors, or strong rim and date clarity, these coins can command prices from $534,000 in today's auction environment. What boosts its value even more is the presence of possible errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks, all of which add to the uniqueness of the piece and drive up competitive bidding. Even without these features, a naturally worn coin in collectible shape with history behind it is now being viewed as a miniature piece of Americana, gaining traction in both US and international coin markets. For those of you who already own a 1987 quarter or want to collect one, here are some important tips for preservation and identification. First, avoid any attempt to clean the coin. Its natural aged appearance is part of its value. Cleaning can ruin the surface and erase the appeal collectors are specifically looking for. Store your coin in a protective holder to stop further environmental wear and make sure to handle it carefully, ideally by the edges. If you're inspecting or buying one, focus on whether the date, mint mark, and major design details are still visible. These are the essential traits that keep the coin within high collector interest zones. The 1987 Washington Quarter dollar in circulated, worn, and naturally aged condition is far more valuable than many people think. It's a coin that combines American history, practical legacy, and personal storytelling in one compact, metallic form. Its growing popularity, rising market value, and distinct aged appearance make it a hot item in auctions and private sales alike. So don't overlook those older quarters in your drawer. They may be small in size but big in value. Next up, the 1968 Washington Quarter dollar in circulated, damaged condition, which is now catching strong interest in today's auction market and gaining significant value in dollar terms. While many might overlook a circulated or even slightly damaged coin, in the world of serious collecting, that condition can actually add depth and story to a coin's identity. This is not just about perfection, it's about rarity, history, and surviving uniqueness. The 1968 quarter is quickly becoming a sought-after collectible, and you may be surprised at just how valuable this small piece of American history can be. The Washington Quarter has been a symbol of American strength and legacy since it was first introduced in 1932. It was designed to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and has remained one of the most beloved and longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The 1968 version holds a special place in that timeline, as it was one of the first quarters to be struck after the U.S. removed silver from its coinage. That year, quarters were made entirely of a copper-nickel-clad composition, marking a new chapter in the nation's monetary design. In 1968, coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and for collectors, a small number in San Francisco as proof coins, making mint marks especially important for those looking for rarer variations. One of the unique features of the 1968 Washington Quarter, especially in circulated and damage-affected condition, is the individuality of each coin. Damage on a coin, such as rim dings, scratches, or worn surfaces, can often add to the character and uniqueness of that particular piece. If it still carries a clear date, a visible mint mark, and recognizable design elements, especially Washington's profile and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, the coin can still hold strong value. Collectors today are becoming increasingly interested in coins that look like they've lived through decades of history, coins that tell a real story through their wear and surface marks. This authentic look, when paired with original mint features, becomes something that stands out from modern, untouched coins. The rarity and demand for the 1968 quarter, even in circulated or damaged condition, is growing for several reasons. First, many of these coins have been worn out beyond recognition or lost over time. Those that survive today with legible features are becoming scarcer each year. Second, the 1968 D quarter has become a popular coin for error collectors. Some examples from that year have been found with off-center strikes, double die reverses, or partial collar errors, all of which boost the market value dramatically. Even regular coins with strong circulated appeal and natural patina are becoming key targets for those building full circulated date runs or themed sets. Now let's talk about the current market value in dollars for the 1968 Washington Quarter in circulated, damaged condition. While pristine uncirculated examples can reach high premiums, well-preserved circulated examples with character are now fetching between $629,000 depending on the extent and type of damage, mint mark, and overall eye appeal. Coins with notable features, such as die errors or strong remaining detail despite wear, can go even higher in auctions. Collectors today are not just chasing high-grade perfection, they're also investing in coins that feel real and historic. This shift in the market opens up incredible opportunities for coins like the 1968 quarter to shine, even when worn. For anyone looking to collect or sell a 1968 quarter in circulated or damaged condition, here are a few tips to maximize its value. First, always handle the coin by its edges and never attempt to clean it. Cleaning can destroy surface tone and value. Next, store the coin in a protective holder or flip that allows visibility while protecting it from further wear. Pay close attention to the mint mark. A Denver or San Francisco mint can affect the value significantly. If your coin has any unusual marks or misaligned features, consider having it evaluated by a professional or certified by a reputable grading service, as those rare traits can turn a modest coin into a major auction item. The 1968 Washington Quarter dollar in circulated and even damaged condition is far more than an old piece of pocket change. It is a coin with American legacy, a physical marker of monetary history, and a growing favorite in the collecting world. With its unique look, surviving features, and increasing demand in today's coin market, it has become a high-potential asset for collectors of all levels. If you have one in your collection, it's time to give it a closer look. And if you're just starting out, this is exactly the kind of coin that can be both affordable and valuable. Next up, the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar in fine circulated condition. While it may seem like a regular coin from the outside, the truth is that this particular quarter holds a powerful story, a turning point in U.S. coinage history, and increasing value in today's auction market. If you have a 1965 Washington Quarter in your hands, especially in preserved circulated condition, you might be holding a small but mighty piece of numismatic treasure that's now in high demand and rising in dollar value. Let's begin with the important background that makes this coin so special. The year 1965 was a historic turning point for American coins. Prior to this, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to a national coin shortage and the rising cost of silver, the United States Mint made a bold and permanent change. In 1965, they removed silver from the quarter's composition and introduced the copper-nickel-clad version, the very first of its kind. This coin marked the start of a new era in coinage, not only in design but also in materials and minting technology. The Washington quarter remained visually the same, featuring the timeless portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the proud American eagle on the reverse. But under the surface, everything had changed. The 1965 quarter, truly fascinating are its unique features, especially when found in fine circulated condition. These coins have a solid copper core with a nickel coating, giving them a signature two-tone edge of visible copper stripe around the rim that is now a clear marker of post-silver era coins. In fine circulated condition, a 1965 quarter still retains strong detail in Washington's hair, the boldness of the letters and date, and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. These characteristics make each coin a survivor of history, a coin that has seen decades of American life yet remains full of charm and authenticity. Collectors often seek coins like this that tell a story through light, wear but still showcase clear original features. Now let's talk about rarity and collector condition. While the mintage numbers for 1965 were high, what's becoming rare today is finding these coins in preserved circulated condition that still show strength in design and structure. Many of these coins were used heavily over the years, worn down until nearly flat. However, those that survived with strong eye appeal and no major damage are now being picked out and appreciated by collectors. What's more, some 1965 quarters are believed to have been mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets. These are incredibly rare and valuable. But even without the silver era, the standard 1965 clad quarter in fine circulated grade is now being viewed as a key piece in any serious collection. The current market value of the 1965 Washington quarter has been growing, especially at auctions and private sales where historical coins are gaining more attention. A fine circulated 1965 quarter with strong visible detail and attractive toning can easily be worth $836,000 depending on its condition and whether it shows any rare mint errors or striking anomalies. Coins with full details and strong rims are commanding higher premiums as they are harder to find after decades of circulation. Collectors are actively seeking these coins not just for their age but for their importance as the first of a new generation of U.S. quarters. For those who already own a 1965 Washington quarter or plan to search for one, here are a few essential collector tips to maximize its value. Always handle the coin carefully by its edges and avoid any cleaning, which can lower its numismatic value. Keep it stored in a safe, dry place using a soft coin flip or airtight holder. Examine the coin closely for mint errors, unusual rim features, or even signs of being struck on a silver planchet, a rare variety that can be worth thousands. And finally, if the coin has strong visible detail and original luster, consider having it certified by a professional grading service, as authenticated coins usually attract higher offers in the market. The 1965 Washington quarter dollar in fine circulated condition is more than just an old coin. It's a piece of American monetary history, a reflection of economic change, and now a highly desirable asset in the modern collector market. Its legacy as the first clad quarter, its beautiful and enduring design, and its increasing rarity in well-preserved circulated form all contribute to its growing market value. This is a coin every collector should recognize, respect, and consider adding to their collection. So check your change, search your drawers, and revisit your coin albums because the 1965 quarter could be your next valuable discovery. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more rare coin stories that turn ordinary money into extraordinary value.